Hello everybody, I am back again with another video. Two things I want to just talk about is the willow tree, and it has a specific name, but we just call it the willow tree or the sleeping willow tree. It's those trees that's really big and the leaves just hang down like it's crane. And that and identity. And the reason why I want to talk about the willow tree is because I used to tell Marty all the time, like, man, I want a huge house and it has to have like a big willow tree in the backyard. And I want to be able to have a canopy back there and just everything just so I can just sleep up under the willow tree. And one of the things that I loved about the willow tree is that it says, when I was doing some research about it, the willow tree grows, the most ideal place for it to grow is in moist areas. But it can, like if it's a drought, it can still survive. But the ideal place is moist areas. But it's okay. It still will grow. It still will, grow and continue to flourish in drought areas. And drought just mean it can just be dry. It can be, in some cases, we call it dead areas. And I thought that was amazing. And the reason I want to talk about that because I can kind of see things in our life that can be like that. Like we have like the most ideal things that we want to do, but it's going to be times in our life that we're going to hit drought areas. And it's about being able to survive in those areas when it's a drought, when everything seems dead, when everything don't seem so ideal. So being able to move, and that's how circumstances are as well, because we're going to hit certain circumstances in our life, and it's not about whether or not what's the best and what's the worst. It's about being able to survive in all those circumstances, being able to survive in when everything is beautiful, flourishing, is just the best sun and all this other stuff, and everything. Then it's going to be a time when everything is just a drought. It's dry, it's rainy, it's not as cute, it's not as ideal, it's not as flourishing. And I've been in areas like that, and even now in times of my life, I feel like I hit situations where it seemed like it's just a drought. Everything is not going as perfect as I want. Everything is not exactly how I planned my life to be. And that's okay, because as we continue to grow, it's like as life go on, we continue to grow, we continue to change. And it's just being able to adapt to every situation. And that's how the willow tree is. It doesn't matter what type of area it is in. It still adapts to the season. It adapts to the different soil that it's in. It adapts to the area that it's growing in to still be able to produce and continue to flourish. And that's how I want to be in my life. I want my life to be identified as that. It doesn't, the season or the area or the soil don't, my life is not contingent based on that, but I still be able to produce things. I still be able to grow. I still continue to move on. And like this year will probably be like I would say this is one of the hardest years because my dad passed. And like in that season, I could have went and been in a place where it was just so dead. Like even though he passed, I could have mentally, physically, in my heart just cut off and shut off everything in my life. But instead of doing that, I held a peace that was in my heart to be able to still move on, continue to be able to just live my life and continue to grow. Because in life, because one thing I know I'm starting to see is that we're all, like, it's inevitable. We're all going to hit situations in our heart that just seem like we just can't get up anymore. But in those times where it feel like it's hopelessness, that we'll still be able to grow.